Sign up to the SBR Network and use your free daily bet points to earn real-world prizes. Click on the page and start winning now.
Hey, what's happening? In this video, we're going to take a look at Game 3 between the Boston Bruins and the Montreal Canadiens. Now, if you've been watching this series, you've been highly entertained so far. You have the Boston Bruins who blew Game 1, well, not necessarily blew Game 1, but lost Game 1 in overtime. Very entertaining fashion. Game 2 was just as good as the Habs blew a 3-1 lead with just about 9 minutes to go in the third period. The Bruins came roaring back and ended up winning Game 2 to even up the series. So what happens now in Game number 3? I think, you know, if you've been listening to my videos, you know that I'm on Montreal in the series, but I still think that this is going to be a very long series. Bottom line, I think when we head back to Boston in Game number 5, the series will again be tied at 2-2. So going into Game 3, I think you're going to see Boston carry over the momentum that they had from Game number 2. Now, Boston, of course, struggled through the 2.5 periods of Game number 2. Couldn't really beat Carey Price, had just the one goal. But then all of a sudden, the light bulb went on. They started crashing the net, and they ended up scoring 4 goals in the period. I think that carries over into Game number 3. You know, Montreal has played well in this series, but Boston has been the aggressor. They've been the ones getting the better scoring chances, and really it's been a difference of Carey Price being, you know, a little bit better than Tuukka Rask in this matchup, and he's been saving the Habs, you know, especially in overtime in Game 1, and you know, in the early stages of period 3 in Game number 2. So as long as the Bruins continue to crash the net, continue to get the better scoring chances, and I believe they had the better scoring chances through 2 games, they're going to win at least one of Game 3 and Game 4, one of the two at least in my opinion. I think that's coming in Game 3. I think the momentum from period 3 carries over into Game 3 of the first matchup in Montreal, and I think the Bruins, now that the price has come down, whereas before you had to lay about minus 200 on this team, now you can lay maybe minus 110, get them at about a pick. I think that makes it far more reasonable to take a shot with the Bruins on the side than when you have to lay all that juice. These games are all a coin flip, I'll be honest with you. So I think now that you get Boston, the team with the momentum, at a reasonable price, that's what I'm going to take in Game number 3. I also think over is a good play. Over looked good in Game 1, Game 2 obviously. I think we're looking at a total in this series. The odds makers are setting it a bit low. I think the majority of these games will be going over the total of 5, if not pushing at the very least. Thanks for watching this video right here on SBRforum.com. We'll catch up with you again soon.